Okay, hello everyone. So we'll be starting our unit 2 and chapter 3, that is current electricity. So in today's lecture we'll be discussing about current, its properties, how to find out value of current, and some related formulas and properties. Okay, so the first thing, like basics of current. So what is basically current? So current is a scalar quantity. Its SI unit is ampere and its value is equal to rate of flow of charge. I'll be discussing how to find out the value of current in upcoming slides, but you have to remember the first two properties. That is, it is scalar quantity and its SI unit is what? Ampere. And always remember, even if current is a scalar quantity, it has a direction. So direction of current is parallel to flow of positive charge and opposite to flow of negative charge. Okay, so current has many interesting phenomena and many appliances, many things in our daily life depends on current, value of current, direction of current. So this is a very important lecture and this concept is very important concept for upcoming lectures for our 12th class syllabus. So how to find out value of current? So current is basically rate of flow of charge. So I is Q divided by T. Q is charge, T is time taken. So suppose a person is standing at this end of a wire and a 5 coulomb flows from left to right in 10 seconds and another minus 5 coulomb flows from right to left in same 10 seconds. So I have to find out the total value of current. Suppose due to 5 coulomb the current is I1 and due to minus 5 coulomb the current is I2. See, 5 coulomb is positive. So if 5 coulomb is going from left to right, then I1 will be from left to right. So I1 will be 5 by 10, that is Q by T, and from left to right. The arrow is very important. And for minus 5 coulomb, current will be 5 by 10. But since it is negative, so flow of current will be opposite. So current will be in left to right direction. See, both the currents are in same direction. So they will get added up and the net current will be 1 ampere. Because always remember, direction of flow of current is parallel to flow of positive charge and opposite to flow of negative charge. This is a very important concept. And this formula is for average current. Okay, now we'll be discussing instantaneous current. So suppose in dt time, the total charge that is flowing in the wire is dq. So current will be dq by dt. So this, if you calculate current with this formula, this will be instantaneous current. It means you have calculated the value of current at any instant. Suppose this example. Suppose the charge that is flowing depends on time as q equal to t cube and I want to find out the value of current at time equal to 3 seconds. So I will be equal to dq by dt and differentiating q with respect to t will give 3t square and putting value of t to be 3 seconds, then answer will be 27 ampere. So this is how you have to find out value of instantaneous current. Suppose somebody asks you what will be the value of current at time equal to 5 seconds, you have to calculate instantaneous current. Okay, now why would current flow in a wire? Suppose a wire is just placed on your table. Is there any flow of current? No. But if you apply or if you put a cell across that wire, then there will be flow of current. So understand this thing, like in a pipe, if there is flow of water, then the flow of water is due to pressure difference. So if there is pressure difference, then only this water will flow. Similarly, in a wire, current flows only when there is potential difference across a wire. So who creates potential difference? The battery or cell creates potential difference. So to flow water in a pipe, we use water pump. Similarly, to flow current in a wire, we have to use battery or cell. So if you apply cell or battery across a wire, there is flow of electrons inside wire. You can view from this GIF. So these are free electrons, the smaller blue one, and the atoms are stationary. Atoms inside a wire does not move generally because the inertia of atoms is very high, while electrons are very lighter, so they can move easily. So generally in a wire, if current is flowing, the flow of current is only due to flow of electrons. So if there is wire, if there is battery, so if there is potential difference, then there will be electric field. And E is what? E is basically minus dV by dr. So dr will come on that side. So dV will be equal to minus E into dr. So if you'll integrate on both sides and taking absolute value, because I have to only find out the potential difference or electric field. So potential difference will come out to be value of electric field into length of wire. So always remember, if you will connect a battery across a wire, then there will be electric field inside that wire. And if there is electric field, then there will be potential difference. So potential difference V will be equal to value of electric field into length of wire. So V is equal to E into L. This is a very important formula to be used in upcoming derivations of this chapter and further chapters. So you have to write down this formula. I'm giving you 1 minute to please write down this derivation. V is equal to E into L. Okay, now we'll be solving a numerical. Suppose I have put a battery of 10 volt across a wire of length 2 meter, then you have to find electric field inside this wire. See, potential difference is basically equal to electric field into length. So potential difference is 10 volt, E into length. Length is given to be 2 meter. So electric field is 5 Newton per coulomb. We generally assume that value of electric field is constant inside a conductor. This is the assumption. The value can increase or decrease a slight, but it's basically an assumption. Okay, so now what you have to do is you have to submit an online quiz on 3 formulas or 4 formulas that we learned today. That is the value of current, rate of flow of charge, how to find direction, and this topic, the relation between potential difference and electric field. Okay.